and welcome to Just Us Thinking. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Rebecca.
And I'm your AV guy, Mikey.
And we are at the end. The trauma series is now at the end with part 6 here.
Yep, the aftermath.
So, this... I lost a lot of friends because of this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those friendships will never be the same. That trauma that, you know, I think the problem that we run into is some people don't know what I've been through. So, you know, it's that trauma that I have, and then sometimes it gets overwhelming for me, even now. So if you and I have even a little argument, and then we go out, it's in my head, and then I don't act like I don't act right.
Yeah, you don't.
I act like an ass, and I don't know. I guess I'm tired of that, but I'm hoping that maybe if someone understands why it is, maybe they'll have a little bit more understanding, and I don't know. I'm hoping that people will listen to my story here and say, hey, I've had a similar experience and I can get through this too. Now, I will tell you, people are gonna look at this story and say, well, how much do I believe this guy? Is this some story, or is this, kind of some made up? And then, who do you believe, right?
Right.
Well, I've got a little treat for everybody.
Okay.
Nebraska is a one-party recording state, which means as long as one party is consenting to a conversation, it can be recorded. So I had a conversation with Wendy. So how about we hear it from the horse's mouth? Ready? Are you ready? Hello?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
Well, I'm doing pretty good.
What's up?
Well, I kind of want to chat.
Okay.
I don't want you to get mad. I was hoping I wasn't going to get you angry. But I did want to kind of talk to you about a few things.
Okay.
Are you in a spot where you could talk?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to make sure there's no issues when it comes to the grandkids anymore. And I kind of want us to both be able to go do things.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's a lot of things that were kind of weighing on my mind that I was hoping you might be able to help me out with.
All right.
I know it gets kind of heated with us, so I'm trying to be. I don't want to get you mad. I don't want this to go, I'm not trying to argue. I'm not trying to upset you with anything I'm going to say.
Okay, just spit it out.
Okay. I sleepwalk.
Yes.
What you don't know is a long time ago, I woke up with a lot of bruises and stuff on me. And I actually had a nanny cam put in the bedroom to catch me sleepwalking.
Okay.
It came up because I found one of the still pictures from that when I was updating some stuff. I am surprised I did not wake up. There was one, the one that I saw that I remember was you putting a pillow over my head in Kansas City. Do you remember that?
No, because that's not something I've ever done. I would never have done.
You used to beat the crap out of me when I was asleep. And I guess the only way to get me to stop was to have sex with me.
Sometimes, yeah, that would be the only way to get you to go back to sleep. Yeah. But I never hit you.
Well, I mean, I had the bruises, I had the marks. Tiffany
Okay,
even,
that's fine.
I know,
I'm not-
like I said, I'm not trying to get any angry. I just want some peace in my mind.
Okay, well, yes, I admit to, yeah, sometimes that was the only way to get you to go back to sleep. I mean, sometimes I would be so exhausted, I'd be asleep and you'd make it out of the house and drive somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
You would
I've
literally get dressed and go to work.
I know. And I know it's frustrating. I
But
could
Kansas
only...
City, I don't remember. You didn't sleepwalk much in Kansas City. It was more up here.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, there was some in Kansas City, but you didn't try to leave the house in Kansas City usually. Usually it was just looking out the windows that people were out there watching us.
No. I know Tiffany said she remembered you hitting me in the chest with a stapler. I remember that.
That I remember.
Huh?
That I remember. That was when, what's his name was living there.
I don't remember. I thought that was in Kansas City.
Yeah. And what's his name lived with us in Kansas City? And his girlfriend.
Okay. Oh, Joel.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, it seems to go 0 to 60 very fast with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to make sure that I don't want Tiffany's kids to grow up seeing the same thing that she saw.
I don't either.
Okay.
And I don't want to fight with you anymore. It's not worth it anymore. There were things that we have both done. I'm sorry for everything I've done. You know, I did things because I didn't want to tell you because I was afraid of a reaction. And in hindsight, I should have just told you. But, you know, I take responsibility for everything I did. There were a lot of things I did there. There are probably things I did that I don't remember. And, you know,
yeah, and
but I don't want to fight with you anymore. And there's just no point. It's not good for anybody.
And that's what I want to make sure we avoid, because when you got angry, I don't think you were really... I think you got so mad that you just got that blind rage.
Probably.
Do you remember pulling the gun with Tiffany and Austin in the doorway?
I remember pulling a gun. I don't remember Tiffany and Austin being there, but I do remember pulling a gun on you. I've probably done that more than once.
Yeah. I remember the last time with Tiffany and Austin. I honestly thought for a while that you were going to kill me.
And you know, there were days I was afraid that you were going to kill me.
Yeah. But
like I said, I am entirely sorry for my part in everything that I did. I was a lot of time very much in the wrong. And I'm sorry that things got as bad as they did. We never should have let them get that bad.
No. Well, I mean, it was the hiding and the lying and the hiding is what really did it the most to me. And,
right.
And don't get me wrong, I'm sure my father, being the way he was, really kind of stirred that pot.
Oh, I'm sure. And I never, in hindsight, I never should have done that. And I am sorry for doing all of that hiding. But, that's not something I should have ever done. I should have been honest and upfront with you from the get-go.
Yeah, and I guess that's where my issue is it's hard to, it's kind of hard to go forward, and I'm like, it just seemed like, it just seemed like I don't know, I guess I was wondering, did you, and we may have gone too far, I don't know, it's, a lot of bad stuff happened.
Yeah.
People just kind of pushed it. I mean, I still go back to, did you know that Corey called me in the apartment that one day when I found out you were pregnant with Mikey?
No.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, I got a call. Because you were over there at Corey's, and that's why I showed up, because Corey, I guess she went to the bathroom and called me and said, you need to get over here. I mean, Dawn was getting ready to drive you to the Planned Parenthood for an abortion.
No. I was never going to get an abortion, ever.
Oh, that's what she told me.
No, I never was going to get an abortion. The reason I was at Corey's is I had just found out. I had just had it confirmed. I was never going to get an abortion. I never would do that.
Yeah,
That's not something I would never do.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of our problems, also other people injected themselves.
I know. I get that, but the issue that we run into is most of those came out from the hiding and everything.
Right.
And
I own my part in that, and that I never should have done any of that. But at this point, honestly, we need to try to move forward. Like you said, for the grandkids, we need to be able to be in the same room. But,
and
that's
that's
not
what
something that you don't want to do. If you can't be in the same room with me, I understand, and that's okay.
Well, the issue I'm running into is, and I stopped going to game night. I have been going to game night for quite some time, and I guess the reality there is, after Mikey approached me, and told me about you and him over there at Chris's house. And then I guess Kira talked to Austin's buddy Mikey, and me and him kind of got into it after, I guess, some stuff fooling around at the game table underneath the table. I guess what my issue that I run into is every time I look at someone, I don't know if they were doing anything with you. I think that's kind of what in the back of my head, I don't know, what's what. And I was hoping you might be able to, I guess, help clarify, who did you cheat with, who didn't?
Did anything with him, first and foremost. Either one of them. They can tell you all they want, and you're going to believe what you want to believe.
No,
but
I
never did
truth.
anything with them. So.
No, and I just want the truth. That's all I want. I want to know who you did cheat on me with.
I never cheated on you with anybody that you didn't know about or was around for.
And see, that's where I'm getting the different stories. So that's where I had the text messages with some of them.
Yeah, well, like I said, Michael, I don't want to argue with you. You're going to believe what you want to believe. But I didn't ever cheat on you. So.
And I guess that's where my issue is I don't want to argue. I don't want to fight. I'm just looking for truth and clarity, and
okay, well,
there was a lot of lies and a lot of hiding and a lot of,
and I understand that, and I understand that it's hard for you to believe what I'm telling you, but that's what I'm telling you, and that is the truth.
So why did you tell Teresa that you were cheating on me?
I never told her that.
I have the text messages because
Okay.
I was on the. I have those text messages that you're like, yeah, I cheated on him before. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I just want the truth. I really don't care, except for I want things straight in my head.
I thought about it, but I never did anything. Yeah, flirting with somebody, talking with someone, if you want to call that cheating, yeah, sure. I flirted with people at work. I flirted with, people. But no, I never actually did anything with anybody.
Yeah, Mikey pulled me off into the side of a bar, old Mikey. And
I know who you're talking about, and yeah, he's whatever. I never did anything with him. I've never done anything with anybody.
See, and that's where that's where I'm getting confused on is he has nothing to gain to try to lie to me like that, That's where I don't understand. And
Okay,
I mean,
well,
I'm not gonna fly off the handle if he said, yeah, that's, I did that, but I just wanted to get my mind straight.
yeah, well, like I said, this is something you're either going to believe me or you're not going to believe me. But and people can tell you all the stuff they want to tell you, but no, I never cheated on you, ever. Not once.
Okay. All right. I was just trying to get some clarification because like I said, I mean, there were times that, I've seen stuff, I don't know. I guess
Okay.
I just want I just wanted some clarity. So.
Okay. And if they want to know, I was at the eye doctor. I have cataracts in my eye and I'm having them removed.
I wasn't going to ask, so that
That's
was...
why I was at the doctor. So.
Nope, that's... honestly, that's kind of your deal now. That's kind of what... I wasn't going to get into it. I figured, Tiffany had to drive you for some reason, so that means it was either eyes or medicine or something that would, make you where you had to have a driver.
Yep.
So...
But that's what's going on.
Yep. Every time Rebecca gets her eyes done, or her dad gets her eyes done, or gets his eyes done, they have to blow that little crap in your eye, and yeah.
When they dilate them, it's stupid.
Yep.
So, all right.
All right. I know.
I am not going to be there tomorrow, though. So.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
right.
Yeah. I just don't know where we're going, and then I know Mikey's always having issues, so
Yeah. I heard he's not doing well in class right now.
No, he has he's got a lot of abandonment issues right now. Still does.
I'm sure he does.
So, I mean, I guess he doesn't understand why you didn't want to, the way it seemed is like you hated me more than you cared for him. And
Well, and I'm sorry he feels that way, but I can't explain to him everything I was feeling at the time so he can understand. So it's not that I hated you more, it's just that things were difficult. So it's just things were difficult, and I feel that everything always had to be the way you wanted it to be, and I didn't have a say in anything. So.
Well, you had a say in things. You just never said anything, and you always hid things from me. And then I found out last minute, I find out that my father gave you money so you could, turn on a bill that you could have just said, hey, I didn't pay this, or hey, can you pay this month? And then what made it complicated there was my father would turn around and say, now that you owe me, you're going to drop off Mikey over here. You know what I mean?
I know. And like I said, in hindsight, it's something I would never do again. So, but all right.
Okay. I want to make sure that if we're in the same room, we're not going to, if I say something, I don't want to make you go 0 to 60. And
then I've been working on that, and that's something I've been working on for myself and everything. And like you said, I don't want the grandkids to have any issues like Tiffany and Mikey do. So,
okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right. So, how about that?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot to process there.
So that's a different animal, isn't it?
Definitely different. Yep.
So I guess my problem with that is I don't think I'm ever going to get true closure because she's never going to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
She will. I guess she will just never admit to what she did.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I mean, I think it would help, both of you maybe for her to a little self-reflection there maybe.
Yeah. She wants to sit there and say nothing happened between her and Big Mikey. Why would he confront me in a bar to tell me he slept with my wife? And people lie to get something out of it.
Yeah.
There's like, if he was pissed off at me and he asked me to still be his friend. I mean, and I don't know, it's that religious journey that he was on that, he felt like he had to do that. Even today, he sent me a message. He's like, he sent it to all, everybody. And he's an asshole for doing it, but why would a person lie about something like that?
Yeah, I don't see the benefit in it.
Right. And then, Big M, he confessed to someone else, and that other person was trying to, mend fences for my daughter's and son-in-law's sake. And she was trying to mend fences, and she's like, well, they didn't actually sleep together. They were just playing with each other underneath the table.
Yeah, that's still not acceptable.
That's still cheating.
Not acceptable.
Yeah, that's still cheating. Sorry. Also, my biggest problem here is, well, you heard her. Yeah, the nonchalant about pulling a gun on someone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've done it multiple times.
All
Do it
the
all the time. Yeah.
No big deal, right? I did just damn near killed you. No big deal.
She made it sound like she did it a weekly thing. Like, come on now.
Was there a knife or a kitchen knife or I don't know how many times I've had a kitchen knife thrown at me.
She's thrown them at you?
Oh yeah, she loved to throw things.
She must have had a really good arm. Or
No,
really
she-
bad. It was really bad.
aim. Thank God. I'm glad she had a really bad aim.
Yeah.
Although I listen,
But she probably left a lot of holes in the wall.
the Rebecca, your office, that used to be Tiffany's room,
Yeah.
and that is where the door is still broken. I keep it there. I didn't fix it because I wanted that as a memory. I wanted that as I'm never going to let that happen again.
I think it might be time to get a new door, though.
It may be, and maybe this will help me get that new door, but that was done because me and my daughter were hiding in that room while she was trying to kick in the door to get to us, and I had to keep her out and then my daughter had to threaten to call the police, and only to get her to stop, to get her to run away. So
That's just crazy.
just her nonchalant about pulling a gun on someone. Oh yeah, no big deal. That to me, even now, is scary as hell. Because it almost sounds like she doesn't think there's anything wrong with it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I got to. I was like, oh, wow.
I own what I did only if you could prove it, or if I want to admit it. I honestly think that she has a version up in her head that never happened, and is it a delusion there?
It might be.
Now, here's the other problem is I slept walk, and how do I know after we were done if I wasn't sleepwalking or if she wasn't? Could I have been divorced with her and she came over and took advantage of me while I was sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that would... Wow.
I don't wake up when I sleepwalk.
Yeah.
I'm completely asleep, and I'm completely unaware of anything that happens. How many times could something have happened that I don't even know that happened?
Probably quite a few. Which is a scary thought.
If I took advantage of someone that was passed out drunk to have sex with them, that's rape.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's rape. I'm sorry, I kind of feel that way. I kind of feel that way with her, and I'm terrified that, she came over a couple times with Mikey, and because Mikey was going back and forth. There's times that you went out of town.
Yeah.
Mikey had a key to the house. I'm terrified that, did she
take my key and come into the house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow.
Was this a fatal attraction that because she was telling a couple of our friends, oh yeah, we're still together. We're still together. She didn't want to let go of that lie.
Yeah.
Even after I was moved on, she's just like, she's telling her friends, oh yeah, we're still together. It's just a thing that they do. What? No, that's not a thing. I don't want anything to do with you. And now to know that she did some of that stuff, and how far did she go?
Yeah, that's a scary, scary thought.
You heard it from her. You heard you heard it. You heard the phone call. I would be interested to see what people think. I would like them. I would like to know what people think. This is a crazy journey. I'm glad I talked about it. I'm glad it's. I'm hoping I can move forward and I can get over it.
And I hope you can too, because that's a lot to go through.
I'm really hoping that maybe just talking about it and just having it out there. I wanted to see how I can cope with it and how I could try to let some of that go. Okay. I'm still a firm believer that you need to talk about certain things. You need to go through a lot of that. And if you do need help, then I would suggest going to look for help. I mean,
there's always the National Domestic Abuse Hotline.
Yep.
So
that's what's that number?
It's 1-800-799-7233.
It's I wish someone would have given me that number or said, hey, you can get some help here. I think it might have helped. I want to say there was a point where it was really, I was very, very depressed. I felt stuck. I felt stuck. Now those feelings of being stuck, if you're at that point now, I'm glad I didn't, I didn't have the suicidal thoughts. But man, I was depressed.
Yeah.
I think, if you're that far gone and you're having some of those thoughts, I would recommend calling 988. Get help.
Yes, there's no harm in asking.
Now, if you need to go to your whatever religion you are, or your spiritual person that you have, go to them. Go talk to them. Sometimes just getting it off your chest will help quite a bit. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I feel better now that I said everything. I feel better that it's out.
Okay, that's good.
I'm hoping that people have a better understanding for me. I'm also I also don't want to use this as a pity party either. I don't want to go out and have people, oh, poor you. I don't want that, but I just wanted some understanding. I want people to understand why people do some of the things they do. And it very well could be they're living hell. They're living in a hell.
Yeah,
And when you're going through that much, I hate to say it, but Robin Williams is a good example of that.
Yeah.
He smiled and laughed and was very joyous with everybody.
Made everything look okay.
Yeah. And but when you peel back the layers, you realize that there's a person that's hurting so bad that they can go down that route. So I'm hoping that people can get help before they get to that point. It does get better. I'm telling you, it gets better. I'm in a much better place. I feel better here. Mm-hmm. Now that doesn't mean that I'm not going to have triggers that are going to take me back to some of that old stuff, but I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to be better. So
yeah,
I'm glad everybody kind of took this road with us and took this journey. If you stayed here to the end, I appreciate it.
We both do. Yeah, it's a lot to talk about.
If you have similar stories and you want to get them out and you need to get them off the chest, we're here to listen too.
Yeah.
You don't have to just listen to us. We sometimes can listen too. So you could always contact us. We have our email at it's justusThinking@gmail.com.
Correct.
You could also subscribe, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and on X.
Yep. And then, of course, you're listening to us probably on iHeart, Spotify, Apple, YouTube Music, Amazon, or Samsung.
Yep. And then regular YouTube, you have Rumble, and you have TikTok. So you could watch us on all of those as well. So
yep, we're pretty much on all social media. So
if you guys have any feedback on the story, or you want to talk about yours, I'm all ears. I'm interested in what people will say in the comments on this series. So
yeah, it should be pretty interesting. So hopefully we get some comments.
Thank you guys for letting me vent. Let me get this off my chest and help me start with some of my healing process. So I thank you, and I think that's going to be it for the series.
Alrighty, bye everybody.